Welcome back, guys, to Fire Emblem, where last episode we went around, talked to everyone, got the chest over here, and most importantly destroyed the troops that stop our escape, though we've used many a turn to do it, that's for sure, trying to lure people in and stay safe. We are now going to lure in Danomill and finish up the mission at last, with Saphira just standing around, everyone's just like, nah, we'll just stay in our cages, thank you, it's fine. So as the partner phase doesn't even do anything, the enemy phase will. Oh, you went to attack me before Danomill. You don't understand. I want Danomill to hit me first. Oh well, that puts you in a nice level to be struck down by someone in the back row there. Other phase begins. And I guess I could send in a lot of troops to do some damage after this point. So we've got ourselves... Yes, we've got ourselves a soldier coming in. Are we fine? A support with Ike there. So we get Ike closer so support bonuses can take effect. We can take this guy out in one, using multiple methods really. Who's lower? Yeah, Soren. Take him out. Take him out, Soren. You're in the way. You stopped our lure happening the way we needed it to. And it's delayed us in taking all these lovely treasure chests. Alright then, we get ourselves some speed and some extra res there. Hopefully that means more doubling power. Alright, we can of course move you in here to attack with the Steel Lance if we want to, but to be honest, I'm just going to sit back and tank this attack. The red item should mean that it drops to me on defeat, so we shouldn't be too bad off. I wonder if Rolf does any damage to this guy whatsoever, by the way. Oh, he does some! He does 2! A whole 2 damage! Maybe he can get the finishing blow. You never know how the mathematics work out. Well, we've also always got a certain clawed trooper here to really go in and smack people down. In fact, to be honest, if we want to, we could probably go full offensive. The only problem is the fact that you're using a sword currently. Well, we've always got the next turn for that, so send in Ike a little bit closer. Well, actually, if we do that... That's better. That's a lot better than the original strategy. Moving you to there and allowing... Well, he can't attack, so to be honest, Reese can come up and heal from here, but being attacked in one of those spots allows my troops to just move in and swarm, whereas where I was would have meant that I'd have had to fight him in the exact spot. That works out so much better. We're ready to go in. Danomill attacks. Now he's changed to a lance, of course, which is what we expected. We had weapon advantage for a second. Look who's come to play! I'm so very happy to see you. Now then, are you ready to become my prisoners and live a life of eternal bliss within my lovely dungeon? Not really. Though that did very much hurt. My armor knight on horseback. Ow. Criminal. Right. So we can instantly heal that back up though, so it's not too bad. In fact, he won't even die from another thing. So to be honest, what I could do is probably just go in with another smack there, take 16 damage, and then take the heal. We didn't have much other opportunities to attack him though. He seems to be of the higher speed variety. Can Volt get in and steal from him even? Seems we can steal the Master Seal if we want to. Right, let's make sure, though, first of all, that we can smack this guy down in the nicest way possible. The hammer is effective, but not as much as we really want, so the first one to go in probably should be you, my dear. Right, 12 times 2. And you'll take 13 in exchange. I feel that is a good trade. A subhuman? This is fantastic! I've never had a subhuman prisoner before. Come here and behave yourself. I'll build a special cell just for you. Perhaps I'll stuff and mount you too. Of course she'd be angry. I wouldn't be surprised if she criticals now. Extra critical power because of horrible quotes. Or not. But either way, that peeled off a lot of his HP. So where do we want this experience going? To be honest, Rolf gets good experience anyway. Mia can come with the Armor Slayer, but she's probably not going to do so much damage. She is on the bad end of the weapon triangle. Ike with the Regal Sword. Could come in here and do, well, a finishing blow, that's for sure, and get himself a finishing quote to go with it. Do you know what? I feel like throwing you in, but you're getting a fairly high level yourself. We need some of the lower level guys to get a bit more here. Rolf can't do it. Boyd shouldn't do it, if you know what I mean. We can send Soren in and then send Mia in with the Armor Slayer. And let her take it. That'll probably work out quite well. So let's do that. Alright, Soren, go down here and attack, I think. Go with the fire or the wind, it doesn't really matter, does it? A little bit more of that HP peeled away. And I know that I could get boss quotes and have a nice conversation, but let's get this one done. Armor Slayer, go to work. Take him out. Do you know what? I wondered. No, can't even do any damage apart from with the Armor Slayer. That is if we even get to strike and win. There was a chance to miss, but Mia wins. You'll not escape. I will seal all of you dead. You will be executed. Do you know what? I didn't steal the Master Seal in the end, so I hope it drops. But a level up comes. And we get ourselves HP and skill. Not such a great level up there, my dear. Weapon level up. We got ourselves the Master Seal, so we could have got it either way. I guess we missed the steel experience, but still. Steel, get it? Bad joke. Right, we'll take this chest. And now it's time to get everyone to start escaping the place. Right, we got a counter. That's a nice thing to pick up there. Boyd will take himself a javelin, which we'll send back to convoy, of course. In the meantime, it's time to get everyone else out of here, so heal on you. Alright, out you go, sir. Time to escape. I'm going to right ahead, Ike. I want to see if there are any more enemy units ahead. Oh, so they all have quotes when they escape as well. Wow, that was nerve-wracking. Well, I'm off. Okay, and we have ourselves Ike ready to go as well, but we're going to have to use 2 more turns just to get ourselves the treasure chest, won't we? Alright then, Soren, get you out of here too, except you can't reach at this point in time. Lefe can, but we probably want to heal. Who can we heal here? Right, let's move Boyd over this way. Volt can take one of these chests. Mia can get forward as well. Let's get you just straight out of here. Lefe. See, me, you can go next, and that is mission done. It just takes time to go through all these moves, doesn't it? I'm moving out! Don't lag behind, Ike! Alright then, Volk, time to take these other 2 chests, and we are gone. A short axe has been gained. And apart from that, still supports can be generated in these extra turns, if you know what I mean. So Boyd goes. Are you sure you don't need me to stay behind and watch your back? As he just walks off anyway. I don't like it, but I'll follow your orders and go ahead. But Ike, watch yourself. Indeed, watch yourself. Alright, we still need another turn to get Volk out on top of that. So heal here. We'll let Reese get the experience when he can. What other chests do we gain in the meantime? Steel lance. So some nice weaponry picked up. Mia, get out of here. You know, sneaking around like this just isn't my way. We didn't really sneak. We completely demolished the enemy troop here. We more or less took this place back. That's the only way to really look at that. Volk's gone. Doesn't even say a thing. Reese is out of here. I wonder if I should really go on ahead. You better hurry, Ike. Which leaves just our leader left. Time to get out of here. It is indeed. So it seems we couldn't recruit anyone, but we could make them partners, so that's brilliant. I brought one of the Crimean soldiers who was being held prisoner. I'm sure you were unaware of this, but I am Princess Alencia! Oh, yes, quite right. I'm Kieran. I served under General Jeffrey, leader of Crimea's 5th platoon. My platoon had the honor of escorting you from the palace during Dane's attack. Really? You were there when... I was. Lord Renning ordered my platoon to accompany General Geoffrey and serve as your escort. Our mission was to see you safely out of Crimea to Gallia's king. We felled you. When you were lost to us, I believe my worthless life was at its end. And here you are, to think that I would be so blessed as to see you again. Such emotion, the tears. Kieran, were there any others? Such terrific emotion, so... I beg your pardon? Did anyone other than yourself survive? Of course, though I was the only one unfortunate enough to suffer the misery of captivity. General Geoffrey and several of his soldiers fought off the Dane attack. They were able to slip away. Even now, they wait in Crimea, hoping for one last chance to strike a blow against Dane. Geoffrey, he's alive? Ah, how those words drive off the shadows across my heart. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you for surviving. You were too kind, Your Highness. The opportunity to serve you again is the greatest reward I could ask for. For as long as I draw breath, I will stand ready at your side. This I swear. Alright, we all know where Kieran stands. How about you two? Will you recognize Princess Olentia as the rightful heir to the Crimean throne? Will you fight for her? Look here, my name's Brom, and this lass is Nefene. We're just simple country militiamen from the same territory. Now, we don't know much about nobles and stuff. Kings and queens don't matter much when you work in the fields. Of course, we know we'll be in trouble if someone takes our fields away from us, so that's why we joined the militia. This King of Dane's no friend of ours, and I hear he's doing terrible things too. Vile tortures with rusty nails and more. What's going to happen to my family? I left them all back home. I'm so worried I can hardly see straight. If you can defeat the King of Dane, will this country return to the way it used to be? Is this what you're after? Here's my hope. I may not be as powerful as my father, but I will never abandon Crimea. You sound like a lady who stands by her word. Looks like my choice is easy. Mine too. I'll fight in your name. I'll help you in yours, and we'll send those Dane milksops packing. Thank you. I beg your pardon. You're... Oh, blessed saint. Master Sephiran, you live. Brom, Nefene, are either of you wounded? We're fine, but what about you? You were jailed for helping us. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hope they didn't hurt you. There's nothing to fret about. Everyone is safe, and that is what matters. Oh, blessed one. Pardon me, may I have a moment? Yes? Oh, you're the man I met earlier. Thank you so much for freeing me. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. You don't have to thank us. However, I am curious about your situation. Why were you aiding Crimean soldiers? Do you question my story? You're a monk on pilgrimage, as well as an ally of Crimean resistance fighters. Under the circumstances, do you blame me? Tell me something, Ike. If you came across a wounded person, could you ignore his plight? Normally, no, I could not. But in times like these, where it means risking my own life, I don't know. It's tough to say. You're quite honest. However, if actually faced with such a choice, a man such as yourself would not hesitate. Faced with an individual in pain who would act instinctively, your body would not wait for the command. Who are you? Really? You're so calm, so full of peace. I can't believe you're a simple monk. If you'll forgive me, I must be going. Fare thee well, young warrior. I'm certain that we will meet again. Ike. Oh, hello, Volk. What do you want? I was thinking about traveling with you for a bit. I'll be in the general area, so if you need anything, you can call me. I'll help you out. For a fee, of course. What did you say? Why would you do such a thing? In times such as these, there must be many parties that need intelligence. Well, you've sparked my curiosity. And besides... No. We'll just have to leave it at that. That's not acceptable. Don't be so inflexible. It's not as if I'll be joining your merry band or anything. This is strictly business. And yet you... Platania, I believe this is a good opportunity. We will most certainly have need of this man's talents. He's a dubious character at best, but at least we know his motives. Everything begins and ends with gold. He'll be easy to control. Soren, he's standing right there. I don't think he minds. What will it be, Ike? The decision's yours. Let him come or refuse his request. Well, I say let him come. We definitely need someone to open chests. Very well. You may do as you like. Excellent. Call me if you need anything. First the thief and then that monk. What an odd band of characters you've attracted. Ranulf, have you finished your errands? All done. What about those two? Yes, they're both rather mysterious. Well, the monk seems like a decent enough fellow. Determining who is a friend and who is a foe is something I must be able to do. But it's just so hard. It's only because you don't have enough information to base your judgment on. All we can do now is press on. You're right. And so we move on to our next chapter. Chapter 11. Blood Runs Red. Well, we're here! Welcome to Toha, Crimea's westernmost port city. What's with this place? The people are going about their business. Why aren't they worried about Dane? About the war? Because this area is fairly isolated, Dane's army hasn't come this far, and so life goes on as before. Dane's plan is to seize the capital, and slowly and steadily expand its sphere of influence until it controls everything. Surely these people have some idea of what's happening. Ignorance is a form of bliss, is it not? These people don't know what it's like to lose a war. They don't want to know. Crimea as a nation has always been blessed by peace. Perhaps this is due to the temperament of its rulers, but the country hasn't seen serious warfare for centuries. While minor skirmishes with the Kingdom of Dane have been legion, only the eastern borderlands have taken damage. And yet, even I know this peace will not last. When we met Dane forces on our scouting mission, they attacked us merely for being within the Crimean border. Humans are shameless creatures that carelessly ignore any misfortune which does not befall them directly. They can, and often do, turn a blind eye to all manner of wickedness so long as it does not touch them or their kin. They will bow their heads, condemning those victims for bringing calamity upon themselves, and then they will cast their eyes toward heaven in thanks while their neighbours lay dying around them. But the war is happening here. This is their home, not someone else's. When the Dane army darkens their doorsteps, perhaps they will understand. When the peace they take for granted is shattered, and their sons and daughters slaughtered in the streets, perhaps then will they comprehend the misfortunes they so long pretended not to see. I have no sympathy for them. My goodness, the nastier the truth, the blunter he gets. Quite a delightful staff officer you have there. He has an undeniable streak of severity in him, but this? Something's bothering him, that's for sure. It's to be expected. Even I'm a bit shocked by this place. Can they truly be as placid as they appear? Soren's a very empathetic young man. The emotions of this place may have proven to be too much for him. Ignoring impending doom because you cannot prevent it. Fatalism is by nature a disheartening beast. Well, for all those born with nothing, there are those born with everything. Perhaps those who never notice the difference are the ones we should envy. What's that supposed to mean? Huh? Oh, I was talking to myself. Pay me no mind. Now then, I've got to see a man about a ship. While I'm gone, why don't you get your supplies squared away? I'm sure that the journey ahead will require a lot of packing. Ranulf, I'll go with you. No, that's alright. You should supervise the supply acquisition. I'm going to be at sea for months, you know. I know that, but... What is it, Titania? She's worried about me. She doesn't want to leave a solitary Laguz wandering around a Bayork city. But I thought Crimea and Gallia were allied nations. Why would a wandering Laguz be cause for concern? Well, it shouldn't be, but... Do you remember what King Kanagas told you? Friendship between Crimea and Gallia exists only between the ruling classes. It hasn't taken root in the minds of the common citizenry at all. That being said, things have improved quite a bit since King Ramon ascended to the throne. The reports of hunts and such other horrors have all but disappeared. Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got connections, see? It's not like I'll be roaming the docks begging for passage. Alright then, the job is yours. Please be careful. You two, don't mess anything up. Ike, here's a summary of our last battle. How well did we do? Well, we took too many turns, that's for sure. Right, we gained ourselves a fair bit of combat experience, but not so much bonus experience. The MVP was Rolf again, with new allies being Brom, Kira, Nefene, and Volk, so they must have all joined the party in the end. We spent 250 gold. We didn't earn any, but we did gain ourselves some nice items. There were no casualties. No one suffered permanent injury. We fought excellently. Yeah, with my slow and steady way of doing it, that's kind of how things end up. That's all I have to report. If you'll excuse me, of course our only real goal is not to complete this in the fastest time, is to enjoy the story and try to let no one die. As we get, once more, to base. So it's time for me to save and end for this episode. We move on to our next chapter and find out why blood runs red indeed, apart from the obvious fact that blood is red. But still, join me next time for more. Bye-bye.